Success is not measured, it's felt. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget. It stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. All right, guys, I want to talk to you today about success. People talk about, measured success, having goals. And I do that a lot as well. As a fitness professional, we set a goal and we set out to reach it, right? So, you can measure it on paper. You can see, are your arms bigger? Is your waistline smaller? What's your body fat percent? All these things, right? And then you have actionable goals that get you on the road to your measurable goals, right? Your outcome-based goals, behavior-based goals, again, food, meal timing, all that fun stuff, right? Repetitions in the gym. And it's your GPS to get you to where you want to go. But a lot of times I think people define success in different ways. And I think that once you get to this understanding that I'm going to share with you today, you're going to have a different outlook on success and how to measure it, okay? So again, getting back to the point is success is something that is felt. Because I'll give you a few examples, right? Everybody knows that person that climbs to the top of the corporate ladder, right? They go to the school that either they feel societal pressure or from their parents to go to and achieve what that parent or guardian or friends or mentors feel is best for them. And, I'm not going to say that they do it out of pressure for them, because maybe on some level, wherever they're at in their life, they feel that that's what they want. And then they climb to the top. And when they get to the top, you've heard it before, it's lonely at the top, right? Because you've got there and now what, right? There's that, okay, now what do I do with myself? I think it's a lot of reason why you see midlife crisis is you have a person that sets out to achieve, their bucket list. I did this and I knocked off everything on my bucket list, before middle age. And I felt that I kind of went through a little bit of a crisis as well. And I think it could be seen in different ways. I've actually, if you look at like psychology, I did a lot of study on this. And, I had lost both of my parents, at relatively young ages. And I knocked off things on my bucket list like a madman, like a man possessed. And then it was like, okay, now what? For a period of time, nothing was really exciting to me. I could have continued career growth in a certain direction, but it was no longer lighting my fire. I was wondering why that flame went out, right? Maybe my testosterone is low. Oh, maybe you're depressed, all these things. And the thing is that I think that success and what it means to you needs to be revisited, at least periodically. And if not somewhere in your mind, you need to take that time, or just dwell on it and say, okay, is this making me happier? Is the road that I'm on to get to where I want to go, does it feel right? It's felt. You will just know it. Sometimes things don't add up, if you look at it from the outside or on paper, but inside you feel really good about the path you're on. You feel good about the decisions you're making, and it just feels right for you. I have a friend who's got a family member who graduated high school, college, top of their class, and they basically are very, very happy right now working on an assembly line. And I just told my friend, I said, if they're happy doing that and they're excited to get up every day and they feel fulfilled doing that work for whatever reason, then, who are we to say, or try to intervene and say, oh, you could achieve so much more than that. Maybe that's just not for them. I have a sibling who was a star athlete, good grades, very smart, had everything going for them, but yet the pressure of success, of pushing for more, totally freaked them out and like crippled them emotionally, to where it was like any type of stress, tension, jitters, butterflies over performance or over other people's expectations totally, psyched them out of the game. And, they were very happy to do, overnight work at a store or things that were not in the public eye, and it made them happy. And so, there's a time where I think you just got to think it through, especially if it's somebody else in your life that's not achieving what you think they should, but you back off when you realize that they're actually happy and they're not seeking out advice or help or anything. You have to give people free will to make the decisions for their life that they feel are going to be best. Now, if you're not happy where you're at and you feel like there's got to be more than this, then that's when you take action, right? So, like, you could be going down a road, or they say, be careful where you, the building you put your ladder up against to climb to the top of it, because when you get to the top, it looks a little different than what you thought. Now, is there a way to foolproof against something like this happening in your life? I don't think so. I think that, in life, you grow in stages, and there's lessons that come into your life that you're supposed to learn then. And sometimes the path that you end up on is not necessarily something that can be calculated and strategized to get you to where you're going to go. But ultimately, if you're continuing to course correct, figure out who you are, what you want in that moment, you can start to find that you're on the path to where you want to go. And again, it's something that you feel inside. It's not something that's just on paper. It's something that when you wake up, you're excited about, you're passionate about, and you're, finding yourself, even in your spare time, doing it because that's what you enjoy doing. What do they say? Do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Well, that's like assuming that work is a bad word. There's something very gratifying and self-esteem building about a good, hard day's work. Have you ever worked a job or helped somebody in your family move, and at the end of the day, your sleep is the sweetest it's ever been? Like, you fall in the bed and it just it's like you're falling into a cloud. You're just sinking and you're out. And, that's like the feeling you have maybe after a really hard workout. You feel invigorated, energized, you feel accomplished. And so I think just by trying to find ways not to work is not necessarily going to make us happier, because I know plenty of rich people that were either trust fund babies, inherited, all this money, or, were in a position where it wasn't their, standard of living or anything had nothing to do with if they worked or not. They were either somebody who had a rich spouse, or, they weren't the breadwinner, and they just really, there was no expectations or responsibilities on them. And I think a lot of us would go, well, that would be great. That's all well and good. But if you know any of those people, they're generally not happy or fulfilled. Yeah, their life is easy, but they have an internal struggle because there's something inside of them that they were built for. There's dreams or goals not realized. There's no challenge. And when there's challenge, there's struggle. And when there's struggle, there's growth. And we all need to be growing, because if you're not growing, then you're going in the other direction. Rarely are you maintaining status quo. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. You're seeing a down, like if you're not, say you don't read a lot, right? You used to read a lot, your vocabulary exploded, this and that, and then you don't read for a while, all of a sudden it's like that discipline is hard to pick back up, because those muscles are not exercised, they're not toned, they're not strong. So anything you do often, you'll get better at. And the thing is, you need to just finally tune out all the voices around you and figure out for yourself in this point in your life, what is success, and go down that road. It's something you feel. You've got this internal sense of happiness, of success. And if that means working 9 to 5, coming home, and having one vacation a year, budgeting, clipping some coupons, and it gives you peace of mind, maybe that's what you were made for. You're cut out for that. There's other guys that are workaholics. They live at the job. They love it. They want to die on the job. For them, that's happiness. You can't judge that. Oh, you're a workaholic. You should cut back. If they do, they won't know what to do with themselves because that's just how they're wired. That's what's in their heart. So remember, try to get away from just measuring success. Take it in, take some balance to this, but you want to feel successful. What does that mean? What is that? If you were to just close your eyes and imagine, what is that to you, and chase after it. Don't be afraid to course correct and reconfigure. It's all good. Your GPS does it, and so should you. Like, share, subscribe.